Today I wanted to come to you in this time of great anxiety, doing something different on my blog, which instead of writing is just to come talk to you. And I was thinking about that passage in Matthew chapter 5:14 where Jesus says, "You are the light of the world, a city on the hill cannot be hidden." Someone after lighting a lamp doesn't hide it under a basket. They let their light shine so everybody in the room can see. And I was thinking about that in relationship to all the stuff going on around about coronavirus and how we are socially distancing ourselves from one another and at times really isolating ourselves in hopes of getting ahead of this virus and knowing that we're not going to cure it by distancing ourselves, but we're going to protect people. And I thought to myself, with all the different closures happening and the people who are worried about their paychecks and worried about their income and worried about their job being around after this whatever period of time it is, I thought we as Christians have a great opportunity to be a miracle, to be the light to somebody. And I want to encourage you to think about that. How can you light your lamp and shine it before others? Fear tells us to hide it under the basket. Fear tells us to run away and not be creative. Fear tells us to just give up. Hope and life tell us to shine our light. St. Francis here in our garden reminds us of somebody who did a lot with very little, and he did it very creatively in teaching people to find peace, teaching people to hold each other, teaching people to come together. So as strange as it is for me to say this, and I know we're supposed to be distant from one another, I think it is mightily important that we learn how to creatively come together, how we creatively can take care of each other. Think about when you walk out of your house. Have you seen your neighbor? Is your neighbor elderly? Are they alone? Are they isolated? Can you write them a card and slip it under the door? Can you let them know your phone number so they can call you if they need something? Think about that person in your life who may be someone who is an hourly employee, someone who's a waitress or a waiter at a restaurant who is now wondering what they're going to do for work. These aren't conversations that we're necessarily having as a society, but I know we Christians can say to these people, here's hope and here's life, and we can share. We can let our light shine. So I really want to encourage us to think about what it really means to be a miracle to somebody, because miracles are happening all around us in ways we're not even noticing because I think we're so bound up in the rigmarole of what's going on. I'll give you a story here from Austin, Texas. There was a gentleman who owned a barbecue joint, depended upon the big South by Southwest conference for most of his revenue. Once it was canceled, he scrambled to figure out how to move all this product he bought, all this food, so it wouldn't go to waste. He moved it into food trucks, thankfully was able to sell it off and essentially make the profit he needed to make, even without South by Southwest. And you know what he's doing now? You know, someone might think that he's imagining how he can make more profit. But his mantra right now is, the community saved me, and now I'm going to support the community. So now he is taking all the product that he's buying, and he's turned his whole operation into an operation to support those who are struggling to find food. He is smoking meat to give to people who are wondering where their next meal is going to come from. And that is a population that is growing. So I want to encourage us to think like that, in small ways that we can support one another. And for those who can go and use drive-thrus and curbside pickup, go do that and support that local business and support those jobs. Don't just lock yourself up unless you just need to do that. But even from the comfort of your sofa, think about the people you can call. Think about the people you can reach out to and show somebody some light and show somebody some love. Because if we're not careful, we're going to hide our lamps underneath a basket. And what a gift that is ruined if we don't let what lives within us and what God invites us to consider go out to the world. So be a miracle for somebody this week.